Is this it? We're gonna drain this frog, and now we have a frog. We have a liquid waste tank now. Disgusting. Scalpel. The lion eating the sun! The lion eating the sun! Like in the graffiti in the warehouse! Like, remember that you will die if the ninth lion ate the sun! This is the next lion eating the sun that we've seen. Oh my gosh! This has significance, I know it. Are you gonna cut Lord Hoppington open? Poor Lord Hoppington! That's not the point. It's still sad. Yeah, it's kind of sad. This frog is dead. That's 3 lions. This frog is dead. It is an ex-frog. Ew, it made a squishing noise. Oh, hold on. I fill these with the liquid waste tank. No? Okay. Let's read this one. We didn't read it yet. To extract DNA from the plant's roots and seeds. Place plant material in designated blender and activate blender. Plant material. The plants are down here? Where's the plants? Is this... What is this? Saline solution, which we need for something. Wait. Nope. Ew. Oh. Plant material. Easy. Put the root in the mixer! Put it in! Extraction instructions. That's the wrong one. Once material has been thoroughly broken down, add in a solution of saline water. The liquid will be filtered and dripped down into a beaker. Once it has been done so, pour the ethanol into the beaker. We have the ethanol from the frog. So now we put in the saline. It'll drip down into the beaker. We pour ethanol into it. What's the next step? DNA will collect at the bottom of the beaker. Use an empty capsule to collect it. Sigma, come here. I can see something in here. G-Cat. Like in Homestuck? Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I said like in Homestuck as a joke. I said like in Homestuck as a joke, but maybe they do want us to think of cats here. G-Cat. Schrodinger's cat. Schrodinger has a G in it. He's cat. Lions. Lions are a type of cat. Remember that you will die if the 9th lion eats the sun. It's all coming together. And by it's all coming together, I mean I don't understand at all. Reposition each row so that A is connected to it, so that the A is connected to a T and the G is connected to a C. There we go. I just had to fiddle with it for a bit. Now we got it. I'm not hungry. You're turkey! Okay, so that's the escape password. What is this thing? Like, what do I do with this thing? So I'm gonna poke around for a little bit. We might find a secret pass. We might not. Wait. Lord Hoppington, you left us too soon. I was thinking maybe I just get some goo from the beaker. Clover? What are you talking about? Do we have anything else? What if we just dunk some seeds in the thing, in the machine? Yeah, baby! Put all 5 different kinds of seeds in here. And then we need to put the saline solution in. And then we put the ethanol in. And then the DNA filters to the bottom. And then we put it in the capsule, and we'll have a yellow capsule this time. Maybe this caused this. Okay. So yeah, see? This was, I gotta say, this was a pretty intuitive secret password. Alright, chat, let's read this secret file. What's this one? Okay, floor A and B. The facility is 2 stories. The top floor is referred to as floor A, and the bottom floor is called floor B. And A and B supposedly stand for above and below. There's a rumor that the floors were actually named after a particular Swedish rock group from the 70s, but everyone involved in this project has insisted that that is a vile and hurtful lie. Let's see here. When a body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. If we assume the brain currently operates with a 1-to-1 basis in regards to time, Radical 6 reduces this to a 1 to square root of 1/6, or approximately 1 to the or approximately 1 to 0.408, which means that for each second that passes, quote, outside, the patient feels only 0.408 seconds have passed inside. Therefore, when 1 second has passed inside, approximately 2.45 seconds, or the square root of 6 seconds, have passed outside. This is why the virus has been termed Radical 6. Amazing! How do they know this? How'd they study this? Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to die. One theory holds that the disparity in time perception causes the brain to be flooded with massive amounts of information. Unable to keep up, it begins to fail. Whatever the cause, the infected invariably attempts to take their own lives, which is arguably the most terrifying aspect of the virus. Researchers suggest that a targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6, but thus far we have been unable to develop one. It seems right now our best hope is to harvest antibodies from someone with a natural immunity to the virus. The bodies of those dead are piled up along the roads leading into and out of town. The entire area reeks with the stench of decay. The sky is filled with the constant buzzing of flies. At times, their swarms are so thick that when one passes, it feels as if a cloud has gone over the sun. Every day I see more crows and rats everywhere, feeding on the dead. Ironically, the only healthy-looking creatures are the stray cats who have grown fat on a plentiful rodent diet. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters. I don't know how many were saved, but I fear only a handful. Oh Lord, please let their future be a bright one. This is an excerpt from the journal of a researcher. Due to space constraints, some sections have been cut. Y'all! Hold on! Hey! Hold on! That was a lot of information. A lot of plot relevant information that we learned all at once. What the heck? Are we in a Radical 9 shelter? Sounds like someone named a doll Jumpy. But why? Huh, I wonder why. Don't you think his hat is kind of weird? There's that huge band that just wraps around his head. Is he hiding a pair of Ferengi ears? Or maybe he's just a young Lobo? Well, this is just between you and me, but he's got missiles in there. The sides of the hat are hiding those pods like you see on helicopters or SAM sites. Except these missiles are tiny, and when he gets in trouble, both sides of the hat open up, and they just fly out at once like psh. Just kidding. Actually, he just keeps snacks in there. Excalibur, an antimalarial medicine made specifically to counteract Radical 6. More specifically, if it's an antibody with a natural resistance to the virus. It was found and extracted from an individual in 2038. What? What? Sorry, what? 2038? But this game takes place in 2028! What? Chat! We've been asleep for 10 years! Chat! Hold on. No, I don't think it's a typo. I don't think it's a typo because I googled it and it still says 2038. I think that's on purpose. And it hurts my head. Ah! Oh my god! What? What do you mean? Hold on! What do you mean? 2038? That's the future! That's 10 years in the future! What the heck do you mean? Please stop! And it was then replicated using the IG replicator. An Excalibur injection is the only way to fight off a Radical 6 infection. What? What is happening? Okay. What is happening? Why? I'm not ready. I don't think I'm ready. I don't think I'm ready to click on the thing. Because we all know that something's gonna happen. You know that something's gonna happen? Because this is a Zero Escape game. And in these games, something happens when you click things. There are people in this world. Oh my gosh. I was joke crying at first, and now I think I might be real crying. Give me a second. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I got so confused and afraid I started crying. Zero Escape, virtues keep happening. Ah! Oh, it just keeps happening, doesn't it? Okay. Oh. What have we got here? First is a map. Next is Ambidex key cards. And then next is a notebook. Oh no! Oh no! Are these even letters? Maybe it's Brazilian? They speak Portuguese in Brazil. Anyway. Okay, so is this something like you guys are the ones who participated, or at least one of is probably Phi? It was related to the Mars experiment. The thing happened which spread Radical 6. Now someone is pulling a June to bring back the antidote from the future and giving it to the source of the virus so that it doesn't spread to people. Yeah, hold on. There might be more time shenanigans. That might be it. That might be it. That's a possible explanation. Thanks, Tayagi. And it could be my vocal recognition just being shot. Lips sealed? Okay, 9, that's fine. But, it could just be my vocal recognition being shot, but, like, I'm pretty sure that in that audio file we heard Phi's voice. A-E-X-E-A-X-E-L-A-V-I-R. Excelever? Excelever? Wait, Excelivir. By the way, I do like this, by the way, that they never heard of this medicine, so when they see it spelled out, they don't recognize it immediately. This is Excelivir. It's the cure for Radical 6. Let me see that. Later, we need to get out of here quick and get this stuff to Quark. Which way is the door out? Is it this way? Cool. There it is. Oh yeah.
Hey, hold on a minute. There's something... Nah, I guess there's a couple of things I want to double check. Well, one of them's not really significant, I guess. First off, this machine. We didn't even end up using this thing, did we? I was just wondering
Yeah.
what it was.
Replicator makes it sound like it makes copies of stuff. Yeah, probably copies IG, whatever that is. Who knows? Ice cream by the gallon?
Hey! Leave her alone! An IG.
Good one.
Wait! Replicated by this
This isn't
thing.
the time for stupid
We
jokes.
can make more
There's a
accelerate.
helpless child
Wait!
back there in the infirmary
Chat.
who needs our help.
Chat. 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 Hey. So remember how last time we went through the blue door, they were like, okay, there's not enough medicine to cure both Alice and Quark. Chat, we're saved. Chat, we're saved.
At any rate, as long as we don't know what IG means, we can't do anything with this machine, right?
That's right.
Makes sense. On to the second issue. Sigma, you found a journal and some sort of vial in the safe, right? The vial. Could you show it to me again? I didn't really get a good look at it before. You guys were in there so close I could barely see it. Was it really Excelivir?
I spoke and pulled the vial, or I put the vial out of my pocket. See, it's written right there on the label. Excelivir.
You really are an idiot. Although I guess in this case the G in IG stands for guy.
What are you doing?
Oh, don't worry. I'll keep it safe. I'll even give it back to you later.
What are you doing? No, not later. Give it back now.
I don't think so. If you want it back, you're gonna have to listen to my request.
Request?
What?
Yeah, that's what I said. If you want this back, in the next AB game, you have to choose ally.
Is that why you took the medicine? To blackmail me?
That's horrible! You're using Quark's life as leverage!
Well, I've got some really good reasons to do so. I'll be happy to give it back if you just do what I say.
Bruh.
I wouldn't try and take it back by force if I were you. You make any sudden moves and I'll smash it. Oh, and one more thing. Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelivir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
That's not fair!
This game isn't about compassion. It's not about being clever. It's about one thing. How well you can manipulate people to your advantage. How unfair you can be.
What is your
So,
issue,
What
dog?
are you gonna do? Ready to promise me you'll pick Ally?
Fine. I
Sigma!
promise.
Oh, I knew you'd say it eventually. I'm glad you understand how this works. But don't think about trying anything funny. Break your promise and... well, you know what happens. See you chumps later. I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Are you really going to do what he says? Sigma, you've only got one BP right now. If we choose ally and he chooses betray...
I'll drop to -1, and that means I'll get
But
penalized.
that means...
Look, it's not like I want to, alright? If we don't do as he says, then he'll destroy the medicine.
So you're going to die to save his life? That's... Why would you do that?
I hate Dio. He chooses the kill people option 100% of the time. But I feel like if we pick ally, for once Dio will too. Just to confuse us, just because the game is throwing us a curveball. I didn't wait for Clover's response.
An Ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
He did it again.
Sorry. I went ahead and cracked it open a bit early.
In one of his hands was a moon key. He twirled it around like a veteran gambler, grinned, and slid it back into his pocket.
You don't mind, right? I figured you and Clover would get up here right away. Besides, I thought it'd be best to get this done soon before you lose your nerve. I don't know about you, but I'm really looking forward to the next round.
Alice and Kay were back. As was Phi. And of course, Clover. Where are Tenmyoji and the rest of them?
They're in the infirmary.
We carried Quark to one of the beds. Tenmyoji and Luna are looking after him.
I
How's
see.
he doing?
Well, it's hard to say. He seems to be sleeping soundly, but beyond that, there's really no way to know. Right. So what was your room, Sigma?
Is that so?
Did it look like the kind of place where they'd be researching viruses and DNA and those kinds of things?
Yeah, it did.
Was there any of that Excelavir?
Don't tell those other idiots that you found some Excelavir in here. I hear one word about it, and the next thing you hear will be little bits of glass shattering on the floor.
What is this guy's problem?
I see.
Where does that leave us? We still got about 40 minutes left until voting ends.
What are you gonna do?
I'm a little curious about that lab you found. I thought I might go take a peek at it.
I'll show you the way then.
That would be wonderful.
I think I'll go have a look at the room Alice Kay and Tenmyoji found. Never know. Maybe you missed something. Perhaps there's some Excelavir hidden somewhere in there.
You're such a... What is wrong with you?
Then I shall take you there.
I'm gonna hurt you. Oh my god.
Where-
Dio! Is this what Jonathan Joestar felt like
And I will too.
when he stood on the side of the hill
Glad that's settled.
and he started punching the air? Ah!
Hold on. Show me that journal first. Dio told me about it. You wouldn't tell me anything about the lab except that you found a journal with, his words, some sort of bullshit language. You said you had it, so I was hoping I could take a look.
She began to flip through the pages, her eyes quickly scanning each one.
This is Latin. Yeah, with time in a dictionary. Pardon me for not being able to translate a dead language on the fly. This looks like some kind of research log. It's not gonna be some sort of, I took the dog for a walk today. It was nice kind of stuff. I can understand a little of it, mostly conjunctions and things like that. But most of these words I've never even seen before. Wait. I can read this one. Page 216. This isn't research notes. It looks like a personal entry. Don't rush me.
What's it say?
This is gonna take a minute. Interesting. All right, I think I got it. It looks like they're talking about Radical 6.
In Latin?
Not sure. Let me read it to you. Keep in mind I'm paraphrasing.
When the body is infected with Radical 6, the processing speed of the brain is reduced. Is this the stuff we already read? This is the stuff from the secret file. This is pretty intense. How can you read the rest of the... What is Radical 6 in Latin? God. The exact cause is unclear. Oh my gosh. This is rough. It's the most terrifying aspect of the virus. Targeted antiviral could kill or at least disable Radical 6. So this is information that we have obtained before, but that we obtained it because we read the secret file. Why is it in Latin? That's my next question, is why is this information in Latin? I will predict we'll have a workable treatment within a decade or two. Oh no! It is my fervent hope that humanity will be able to survive that long. Oh boy. To translate all of this and not be able to read anything else is incredible. Yeah, like... Oh Lord, please let their future be a bright one. So that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot.
That isn't the important part. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to commit suicide.
Yeah, you're right. That would explain why Quark was...
There
Yeah,
are two
oh
other things in
boy.
here that worry me. First, the part about how they haven't managed to develop a treatment for it yet. What do you make of that?
What am I supposed to make of it? Maybe they just hadn't found one when this journal was written. I mean, from what we know, there's a drug called Excelivir that cures it.
Exactly. But in the journal it says it might take 20 years to make something like that.
Hold on a second. I'm getting confused. When was this thing even written?
December 29th. No year.
Well, there's no way it was written this year.
Yeah, probably not. Anyway, moving on. The second concern I have is about the underground shelters it mentions. The newspaper article said something about quarantining people too. After we read it, we all thought the same thing. What if this was one of those quarantine facilities? But this journal seems to suggest the opposite. The few humans who survived the outbreak have been locked away by the government in underground shelters.
You're trying to say this place might be one of those underground shelters. Which would mean we're all supposed to be uninfected. We would have been thrown in here to keep us safe.
Yeah. I mean, there's no way to say for sure at this point, but it seems possible.
But Quark's been infected, right?
Then maybe the virus got in somehow.
Hey, hold on. Let me check this flowchart. Yeah, baby! This one unlocked. We'll come back later.
Just
That
think
would
about
be
it.
bad.
If this is one of those shelters, a lot of things start to make sense. Maybe we've been here for a long time. Like, maybe they put us to sleep somehow. Made us sleep for years, maybe even decades. While we were sleeping, the pandemic that the newspaper article talked about happened. And whoever had this journal made this entry.
And then once the antiviral treatment was finished, they woke us up?
Right. It's all just speculation.
But then what happened to everybody? I mean, I know this is speculation, but if they woke us up, why would we wake up into the Nonry game, of all things? In the distant future? We were all captured before the pandemic started,
Yeah.
right? And how would they have put us to sleep for that long? How would they have known to do that? But most importantly, why are we playing the Nonary game if the point of this place is to save us? Throwing a bunch of people into a game that might kill them is a pretty weird way to protect them from a pandemic. That game is called capitalism, baby! Pew, 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 pew!
Yeah, you're right. We don't have enough information to make any real conclusions. I think we should see if we can find anything else.
Fi had barely finished speaking before she took off for the magenta door. Hey, weren't you coming to the infirmary with me?
Changed my mind. You could tell me about Quark later.
And with that... she was gone. Man. I let out a long, tired sigh and started off toward the infirmary. Okay, yeah, how's he doing? I hope he's good.
As far as I can tell.
We still have to play the AB game before we can just inject him with the Accelavir. What if everybody dies because we all got Radical 6 because Dio didn't want to give Quark the Accelavir because he needed leverage? Ooh. The journal and the thing Fi and I talked about needed to be addressed, but for the moment, the AB game was what I needed to concentrate on. Lives were at stake. Mine and Quark's. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge. Oh, boy. If the journal was telling the truth, then as soon as the anesthetic wore off, Quark would go insane again. What if we weren't able to restrain him a second time? What if we couldn't get to him? Or we just managed to get out of the infirmary and go hide somewhere? On the other hand, it wasn't like we could keep anesthetizing him forever. There's only one way to save Quark, and it's with Accelavir. Unfortunately, Dio had stolen the Accelavir. If we wanted to get it back, Clover and I would have to vote ally. But if I did, there was an excellent chance I would end up dead. The question was then, what do I do? Sacrifice myself to save Quark? Or keep quiet about the danger he was in to save myself? It was so faint, I almost didn't hear it.
Grandpa.
He shifted a little, then fell silent again. It was enough, though. What on earth had I been thinking? How could I have even considered letting a child die in my place? Suddenly, my cheeks felt hot with embarrassment and disgust. That I had considered letting Quark die even for a minute was pathetic. There was only one choice. There had only ever been one choice. No way was I going to leave Quark to die. My hands tightened into a fist, and I looked down at him. Any uncertainty I'd felt before was gone. I knew what I had to do.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally. Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
Looks like it's almost time. You two should head back.
What about you?
I'm worried about Quark.
But you're a solo. If you don't vote...
I'll automatically ally. I know. I heard the voice on the intercom just like you. Nothing, I suppose. Just means I lost that round. I'd just be voting ally anyway. You know who my opponents are, right? Alice only has one BP left. If I pick Betray and they chose ally, I'd kill her. I'm not so desperate to escape that I'm gonna kill someone for it. And even if I was, I can't leave Quark behind. You see? Doesn't matter if I go into the AB room or not. My vote's the same either way.
Alright. Tenmyoji's mind was made up. Trying to persuade him would have been pointless. take care of
Of course.
Quark.
You worry about yourself.
Okay.
Let's go. When we got to the warehouse, we found everyone else waiting for us. Well, not quite everyone. One other person was missing. Hey, where's Dio?
Take a look at the doors.
They're all closed. When we came here before, the one on the far right was open.
And that would mean...
That he went in, I guess.
Exactly.
Alice is conscious to vote this time. Yeah, that's a point. That's a point. What's that about? I had made up my mind to choose Ally no matter what, but part of me still had considered trying to jump Dio if he dropped his guard. Now he made sure I wouldn't get the chance to try it.
Where's Tenmyoji?
Oh,
Luna explained Tenmyoji's choice.
I see. Well, I guess that means I don't have to worry about him picking Betray.
right. What will you guys be choosing then?
Ally, of course.
Because my BP is 6, I assume.
Yes. As long as Tenmyoji votes Ally, I can't choose Betray. If I do, K's BP will go up to 9.
But what if he forces you?
You needn't worry. I would never do something so crass.
Really?
Of course.
Then you don't need to go in there.
Excuse me?
Alice can vote by herself. Then we don't have anything to worry about, right?
Well,
No, we have to go in the same door.
I apologize, but I'm afraid I can't agree to that.
Why not?
I just can't. Shall we go, Alice?
Hey, hold on a minute there.
Hey, Kay! That's such a suspicious way to say that. Like, dog, I know what you're doing, but you don't have to say it like that. Only seconds later, they disappeared into the third room on the left.
I hope Alice is going to be okay.
Well, there's nothing we can do now. If Kay told the truth, she'll be fine.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Time's almost up. Come on, Luna.
Right.
They headed off at a trot toward the second room on the right, and were soon out of sight inside it. All right, Clover, time for us to go.
Okay. Right behind you.
I sighed to myself and headed towards the leftmost AB room. Alright, let's do this. You know the drill, chat. You know the drill.
What are you gonna do?
I don't have a choice, do I? There's really only one thing I can do. I'm going to choose Ally.
You'll die.
Well, you never know. Just because Dio told us to ally doesn't necessarily mean he's going to pick Betray.
You really think a jerk like that is going to choose Ally if he doesn't have to? No. No way. He's got 6 BP right now. If he picks Betray, then he'll have 9 points.
Well, what about you?
Huh?
You got 6 BP too, right? If Dio chooses Ally and we choose Betray, then you'll have 9 BP.
What? No, that's not... I didn't even realize that until you brought it up. I'm just trying to tell you that Dio is going to pick Betray. That's who he is.
And I'm trying to tell you that I've made up my mind. That's who I am. The only choice is Ally. It's the only choice that we have to get the medicine.
Called you an IG. What makes you think he's going to give us the Excelavir, even if you do what he says?
Maybe he won't, but I can guarantee he'll destroy it if I pick Betray. That's who he is.
Fine. If you aren't gonna listen to me, then I guess I don't have a choice. I'll be pushing that button.
Huh? Before I realized what was going on, Clover ducked past me and ran toward the voting machine. Sorry? Huh? Excuse me? No, stop! I snatched her by the arm and held her backward with all my strength. Okay, we stopped her.
Ow!
Sorry, guess that was a little too hard, huh?
Hey! What do you think you're doing? You can't just throw a girl around like that.
Well, you're the one who tried to trick me.
But you're gonna die. Dio's going to kill you. You can't do this. I don't want you to die.
Ten seconds remain until
I believe this. I believe that Clover is genuinely invested in everybody getting out of here alive. And that's why she left on Alice's orders last time. She genuinely intended to go get help. Because that's just who she is.
3, 2, 1.
Ally.
Round 2 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Clover and I stepped out of the AB room. For several long minutes, we just stared at one another. Words weren't really necessary. Everything she could have tried to tell me, I could already see in her eyes.
Sigma.
I heard her behind me, her voice barely louder than a whisper. Okay, here we go. Goodbye, everyone!
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
What?
Sigma's BP is...
Negative.
Oh boy. Suddenly all eyes were on me. I felt their weight, but I stood my ground. It was the result I had expected. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I didn't have to wait long. There was a sharp, quick pain in my wrist, barely even noticeable. I couldn't feel anything flowing into my veins, but I knew it was there. First would be the anesthetic, Soparil. I blinked, and my vision began to blur. Oh. My legs began to wobble, and then I gave out entirely as I crumpled to the floor.
Sigma! Sigma! Hang on! Hey! Sigma! Get up!
Sigma!
Oh no! Oh no, oh no, oh no!
Trying to open my eyelids was like trying to lift sheets of lead. My eyes had lost the ability to focus, but I could make out a blur that had to be Dio in front of the number 9 door. You'll keep your promise. I groaned, and with a Herculean effort, I lifted my head, then my sluggish body off the floor. Oh, crap! We're gonna get him! Every step was a battle, and whenever I shifted my weight, my muscles threatened to give out again. But somehow I forced myself ahead, a single thought burning in my mind. Oh, crap! I would reach Dio! Then, at last, the smudge of color faded into a recognizable person. I threw out my hand in front of him. Give it back. Give me the medicine.
Give it back? Don't act like it's yours. Aren't we supposed to share everything we find here?
I don't care. Just hand me the medicine.
What are you talking about?
We found Excelavir in the laboratory.
And Dio stole it.
What?
You mean he has it? Right now?
Yeah. So?
I kept my promise. Now you. I wasn't a fool. I knew the kind of person Dio was. There was a chance he wouldn't give us back the Excelavir. And if he didn't, then I'd die with my hands around his throat. I gathered as much of my mind as I could and got ready to attack.
Fine.
Not quite what I'd been expecting.
Here.
With a shrug, he pulled the vial out of his pocket and tossed it toward me. Are we gonna drop it? Oh, okay. I caught it and pulled the tiny glass bottle to my chest, worried I might drop it. Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared. We were gonna drop it while we're dying. The label said unmistakably, Excelavir. It was the real thing. Clover, take it. I held it out toward her.
Right. Of course.
She quickly stuck it in her pocket. Good. Now at least Cork will be alright. With that, the last of my strength left me, and I dropped to my knees.
Sigma! Are you okay? Sigma! Sigma!
Guess this is it.
First is the Soparil, which put you to sleep. 9 minutes later, the Tubocurarine is injected, numbing your respiratory muscles. I guess you could say it'll really take your breath away.
Nine minutes. Once the Soparil was injected, I had 9 minutes until the muscle relaxant flowed in. About 4 minutes had passed already, which left me with 5, give or take. What could I do in 5 minutes? How could I save myself? I gave a raspy, quiet laugh. Even with death staring me in the face, I seemed to be determined to struggle right up until the very end. Okay, Sigma. You can do this. Clinging desperately to what little consciousness I had left, I racked my brain for any possible solutions. Cut the arm off? How can I save myself? We could cut our arm off. It hurt, but we could cut our arm off. Every problem, no matter how difficult it was, has a solution. There is always another option. Hopelessness is a state of mind. I just had to think. Think, think, think. If there was a way out, I'd find it. I wasn't ready to give up on life yet. And there had to be an answer. To be continued? Are we about to hit a to be continued? Yo! Yeah, baby. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, my gosh. Yo! What is this one? Who planted the bomb? Yeah, so then we still haven't figured out who planted the bomb. Okay. Okay, so here's a list of things we can do now. Here's a list of things we can do now. So first of all, is the obvious. We can go back and click Betray. Second of all, we now have proof that Alice wasn't murdered. Third of all, we know where to find more medicine for Alice and Quark. So those are 3 very appealing options. I think we're going to start by betraying Dio. I think it's just really cool that this game has, basically at any given point, there's a lot of things that I could go for. Like, I have a lot of options. Skip. Yeah, I know, Clover. Betray, easy. Okay, so now we'll see if we're like, we can't live with ourselves after we've done this. What have I done? If Dio smashes the bottle, we, like, beat the crap out of him, right? Clover and I walked slowly out of the AB room. Dio glanced over to us as he exited his own room. I looked away before he could make eye contact.
Sigma, why? After all that stuff you said. I mean, it's not like I'm criticizing you. I think you made the right decision. You don't
Sorry.
need to apologize. I think I would have chosen Betray if I was in your position. We'll find another way, all right? We just have to keep an eye on Dio. As soon as he gives us an opening, we take it. And I'm sure Alice will help us too.
Did you tell her?
It's okay. We can trust Alice. There's no way she told him. Anyway, let's go check the results.
Yeah. Dude, I can't wait until we find the answer to not dying so that we can come back to the Dio tries to kill us timeline and beat the crap out of him. What happened, huh? Hold on!
Results from round 2 of the Ambidex game will now be
No, hold on. No, hold on. Stop a second. Let's look over here for a second. Excuse me? Ha!
Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Hey, what the hell is this?
Sorry, I decided to choose Betray.
Oh, so you don't care what happens to Quark?
What kind of cold-hearted monster are you?
Jeez.
Oh, they chose Betray before too? I must have missed that. I must have missed that because I was too focused on whatever was happening with Dio. Just give it back.
Hey, Sigma, what are you talking about?
And Dio stole it.
What? You mean he has it? Right now?
Nah, I don't have it.
What?
Well, I won't have it in about 2 seconds.
The moment the words left his mouth, I knew what he planned to do. No! Don't! I leapt toward him as I spoke, but it was already too late. Dio snatched the vial out of his pocket and brought it up. Ah! And threw it on the ground.
No!
I'm not a part of your system.
What are you doing?
A promise is a promise. If you'd chosen Ally, this never would have happened. You want to blame someone? Blame yourselves.
You think he jumped to a timeline where he caught it? I let out a guttural roar and then leapt forward. Only to be stopped short by a firm hand on my arm. It was 5.
Hold it.
Why are you stopping me?
Because this isn't the time for that.
What do you mean this isn't the time for...
Look at the number 9 door.
Okay. What? What is he? 9. His BP is 9. Suddenly we were all running toward K and the number 9 door. Bruh! He's opened it! No! No way! Oh. Kay, what do you think you're doing?
What am I doing? Well, that should be obvious. But if you insist, I am attempting to leave.
Are you fucking kidding me?
I assure you, I would do no such thing. I am perfectly serious. After a rational assessment of the facts, I have concluded that this is the wisest course of action. What is currently our highest priority? The answer is, of course, to save Quark. He must be taken to a hospital as soon as possible. For that to happen, one of us must escape and call for help. Currently, the only one of us capable of doing so is myself. That is why I intend to escape.
And leave us all behind.
Unavoidable, but as I said, I do intend to call for help.
Couldn't you have
Okay, no, I believe it.
Next round, then you could have raised Quark's BP to 9 and taken him with you.
And what would happen if Dio was Quark's opponent in the next round? I have no illusions about what Dio would do. This is the most logical choice.
Yeah, no, I'm not mad at him, actually. I'm not mad at him. I believe him. Just this once, I believe him, you know?
The number 9 door has been opened.
Like, I wish he'd have talked to us first, but I believe him.
Seconds.
But wait! Where's Alice?
Ah, yes. Alice is in the AB room. She has collapsed, but you needn't be concerned. She is only sleeping.
Oh no. What did you do to Alice?
You will need to ask her yourself. I
What?
must take my leave.
Bruh?
God damn it! Wait!
Dio charged at K. Is he about to charge through the door? The larger man easily sidestepped him and tumbled nimbly through the door just before it closed. He said he'd be back, and if it's K, I believe it.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
No, I don't think this is a game over. I genuinely believe he came back. Like, I'm super chill with that. Whatever. Okay, now we're gonna give proof that this wasn't a murder. We're gonna skip a while until Clover starts freaking out. There we go. Clover, even if we assume she wasn't murdered, that doesn't necessarily mean... Even if we assume she was murdered, that doesn't mean the killer is one of us, does it?
Wait a minute. You went into the AB room with Alice during the last round, didn't you? Something happened in there, didn't it?
No, nothing happened.
Don't lie to me! There's no way Alice would just run off like that! She wouldn't leave me! Something happened! If she was going to leave, she'd tell me! She...
Hey, Clover. Don't you think just assuming Alice was murdered is jumping the gun a little bit?
How can you look at her and say that? Scalpels don't just stab people all by themselves! I see. I get it now. You're all in on it, aren't you?
No!
Just one killer. It was 6! No wonder you're so anxious to say this wasn't a murder.
Clover, please, just settle down.
Fine. Show me some proof then. Prove to me in 10 seconds that you didn't murder my friend, or I'm going to kill every last one of you bastards! You're all going to die just like she did!
Hey, hold on a minute.
9, 8, 7,
Clover!
6, 5, 4,
Clover!
3, 2, 1.
Wow. Those infected by Radical 6 eventually develop a powerful urge to kill themselves. Suddenly, Clover moved. I leapt forward and clamped my hand around her wrist.
What are you doing?
Listen, Clover! Clover, listen to me! Alice wasn't killed. Nobody murdered her. She... Oh...
What? No.
Whoa! Hey! Hey! Hey, guys! The Steam achievement for this is called I Can't Believe It's Not Murder. Are you for real? You can't just do that. It's true. She stabbed herself in the heart with the scalpel.
All right. Where'd she get the scalpel then?
Well...
I did hear someone come into the infirmary right after the AB game ended.
Was that before I showed up?
Yes. I got up to see who it was.
God, I just realized there's 2 scalpels in this building.
It could have been Alice.
And they have always been used for something bad. So she could have taken the scalpel then.
Yes, I think so.
You're lying. This is all a lie. It has to be.
It's not. It's the truth.
Then why did she do it? Why would Alice kill herself?
She probably didn't have a reason.
What?
She'd been infected with Radical 6. That's what killed her.
But you just said she killed herself. Just tell me the truth.
I am.
Prove it. Your 10 seconds ran out a long time ago. So if you don't have any proof...
I do. I have proof. There was a journal in the lab, wasn't there, Kay? Show it to me.
Journal?
It would have been in the safe.
Ah, well, Alice would have it then.
Fi, can you... I don't feel right touching a dead woman's body. Could you take a look?
Sure.
Her hand barely shook as she quickly searched through Alice's clothing. I mean, there's not much of it. It was only seconds before she stopped. Again, because there's not much of it. There it was. The journal. Fi turned to hand it to me, but I shook my head. You read it. It's in Latin. I can't make heads or tails of it. She cocked an eyebrow at me and flipped the small book open. When she looked back up at me, it was with both suspicion and surprise.
Yeah, it is Latin. But translating this is impossible. It's full of words I've never heard before. I can barely understand any of this.
Page 216. Turn to page 216. You should be able to read that one. Fi's frown deepened, but she did as I suggested. I watched her eyes quickly scan the page before looking up at me with renewed suspicion.
Yeah, I can read this page. How did you know? No, wait. How did you even know there was a journal in the lab?
I just knew.
You just knew. Come on.
Look, just read it, okay? Yeah, like, this is really suspicious. Like, dog!
Yeah.
Right. Give me a moment to look it over.
After a few moments of whispering to herself in Latin, Fi began to translate, paraphrasing the contents of the journal. Radical 6 reduces the processing speed of the brain. Okay. Research has shown that it would probably respond to the right sort of antiviral medication, but no one has been able to develop one yet. Nearby towns are filled with the corpses of people who have been infected with Radical 6. Oh boy. The uninfected have only barely managed to survive and have been sent into underground shelters supervised by the government.
Oh Lord, please, let their future be a bright one.
Oh. A sickly silence drifted through the room. All of Clover's rage suddenly dissipated, and she collapsed to the floor, tears pouring down her face. None of us had the heart to say anything, and for several long moments, the only sound in the room was Clover's sobs. Jeez.
We've got a problem. It's almost time for the primary doors to open. Sorry, but I'll be taking Alice's bracelet. Vi and I won't be able to open the secondary door without it.
So she was a magenta pear, just like me.
Just now noticed that, did ya?
God. As he spoke, Dio grabbed the bracelet off the floor and dropped it into his pocket. We shouldn't let Dio carry anything.
What color is your bracelet, Luna?
I'm a cyan pear.
You are part of Clover's pair, then. That means the two of you will need to come with me.
I guess so. Come on now, Clover. We need to go. Alice would want you to survive, wouldn't she? You'll never be able to figure out why all this happened if you stay here. Please. You're right. Alice, I promise I'll find out what happened to you. I'll figure out who Zero really is. I mean, if you'd never been locked up in here, you never would have... This never would have happened. So it's like Zero killed you. I promise. I'll avenge you.
Clover stood up and rubbed her hands over her eyes, smearing tears across her cheek.
All right, we're out of time. Move, people.
You guys head on down to the Floor B warehouse. We'll catch up with you later. Yeah, can't exactly leave him behind. Uh-huh.
We'll see the rest of you once you've picked up Quark.
Very well. Until we meet again.
God. Something terrible's about to happen, right? Quark's not gonna be here. Quark's not gonna be in this room, is he? He's gonna be gone. Ah!
You're awake!
Yeah, I just woke up. Hey, where's everybody else?
Oh God. Quark.
Oh, he seems fine. Tenmyoji's entire body shook with emotion as he drew closer to him. Quark is okay? What the heck? He cautiously laid a trembling hand on the boy's shoulder, almost as if he were afraid Quark would disappear into a puff of smoke the moment he was touched. When Quark proved to indeed be corporeal, Tenmyoji let out a cry and threw his arms around him.
What's wrong? Are you okay, Grandpa?
Oh boy.
Nothing. Nothing's wrong. I'm fine.
But
Quark gave him a puzzled look. Tenmyoji didn't even notice. His face was a mixture of happiness and relief, and I could see tears twinkling from the wrinkled corners of his eyes. All traces of his usual gruff stoicism had vanished. I didn't want to interrupt such a happy reunion, but we were running out of time. Still, Tenmyoji deserved a few minutes. I left them alone. At last, Tenmyoji seemed to recover and shifted from an embrace to a protective arm around the shoulder. He's better?
So, how are you feeling?
How?
feeling? Well, okay, I guess. Was I sick or something?
No.
Oh, wait!
No. You're not sick.
Wait, in this timeline we give him the Excelavir, right? Is that why he's better? We gave him the Excelavir in this timeline, I think.
If you feel fine, then you're fine.
Huh?
I'm sorry. I should never have gotten you involved in all this.
What are you apologizing for?
Sorry.
You're doing it again.
Are you sure you're okay? So, where's everybody else?
Mr. Sigma's here, but he's just been standing there looking kind of silly.
I gave him a nervous smile and explained about the white doors. I got a feeling Tenmyoji didn't want Quark to know about Radical 6, so I avoided any mention of it. Alice's death was something I also left for later.
Okay, that makes sense. That means I'm on a team with you guys, right?
Right.
So, these white doors, when are they gonna open?
4 minutes. We've got about 4 minutes until the primary doors open.
Oh, that's not good. We need to hurry, come on! How do we get to the Floor B warehouse?
Okay, we're going.
Follow me. Okay, here we go.
Chromatic doors have opened. 5 minutes remain until chromatic doors close.
You're late. Where the hell have you been? Quark?
You're awake! And fully recovered, apparently.
I am also relieved to see you well again.
Me too.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
He doesn't know.
Anyway, there isn't any time left. We need to hurry.
But there are 3 doors.
All of the doors are identical for this round. I believe it doesn't matter which team uses which door.
Then we're taking the one in the middle.
Why that one?
You want a kill shot, you aim for the center. You're more likely to just miss the extremities.
That logic
What?
is flawed and more than slightly disturbing. Unfortunately,
What is your
I don't
issue,
really have
dog?
an argument, so center door it is. I suppose we could go with the one on the left. Is that okay? I mean, we could go with the other one if you want.
Kay and Clover only nodded.
Well, there's only one left.
The door on the right.
Any objections? All right, let's move.
30 seconds remain until chromatic doors close.
Hurry it up, Vi. This thing's gonna close.
I know.
It's time we were going as well.
Right. Sure.
Come on, guys. There's no time to waste.
Right behind you.
Let's go.
2, 1, 0. Chromatic doors closing.
Uh-huh. What the heck is in here? Wait, this is an escape? Wait, we're still going?
Probably the office of whoever
Hold
it is that's
on.
running this place.
We're still going?
It's
Okay.
Director's office on the door.
So this might be Zero Senior's office.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Well, which is it?
How the hell would I know?
We should look around. If this really is Zero Senior's room, there might be some clues.
Yeah, you got a point. Okay. What is this? A business card holder. Okay. Alphabetically, maybe? Anne, Bob, Carol, Chris, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V. What? Okay, alphabetically was not the play, I guess. We'll come back later. What's in here? This is locked. Don't see anything that looks like a keyhole. This diamond-shaped hole in the middle, though. We're supposed to stick something there, maybe? Balloon. I don't need a balloon. I'm not a kid. How old are you? I'm 20. No time to drink brandy. It has a shape on it. Globe. Aw, yeah, baby. What's this? One of those training machines you use on late night infomercials? A facial recognition device. I'm in the salvage business. Every so often one of these babies shows up. What's over here? Literature. History. Philosophy. Back out. What is this? Cheap brandy. Tablet with a battery pack missing. What's this? Oh wait, is this gonna be like in the first game where you had a big puzzle that was just a bunch of puzzles we did before all put together? Because that input panel looks familiar. We don't have the answer yet though. What about the globe? What about the globe? No, not this. Not this one. We now have a world map. Yo! Director's office. White to blue. Green to pink. Purple to yellow. All right. It's white to blue? Yeah, white to blue. Did I do the wrong? Yeah, I did green to purple instead of green to pink. Whoopsies. Let's try this again. Green to pink. I keep exiting when I'm just trying to reset it. No. Okay. We are going purple to yellow, right? Purple to yellow. And then this way, you can get green to pink easy. And then we can get white to blue, like this. $100 billion in videos. Ah! We need this deer. These have letters on them. Okay, so this shows us what's absolutely correct, and then we have a logic puzzle. Cool. Sounds good. It sounds good to me. Archive, page 1. So Bob, Chris, John, Tony, Ian, Michael. Bob, Chris, John, Tony, Ian, Michael. Okay, now for the logic puzzle. Carol likes being on the left. Anne prefers to be near Bob. Ellen would like to be above Anne. So Anne likes to be near Bob. Ellen likes to be above Anne. Carol prefers being on the left. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Kate likes to be next to Michael. Kate likes to be next to Michael. Sophie likes to be on the very right. Okay. We can definitely do this, though. For sure. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Is Carol on the left? Carol's on the left. And Sophie is on the very right. Sophie likes to be next to Michael. Or sorry, Kate likes to be next to Michael. So here, and then not quite. Kate likes to be next to Michael. So we have done this for her. Carol likes being on the left, and Anne would prefer to be near Bob. Wait. Sophie likes to be on the very right. So what if we switch Lola and Sophie? Book? Okay, so the top half seems to be, like, correct. The top half seems to be correct, because it says a word. It says book. Okay. Sophie likes to be on the very right. We've done that. Carol likes being on the left. Carol is on the left. Ellen would like to be above Anne. Done. Kate likes to be next to Michael. Book 334. What does that mean? Let's look at the books that we have. It says book 334. What does that mean? Well, a book is a bunch of pieces of paper that are bound together with... Ah, I see. There's 3 books, and then 4 books. Easy. 3. 3. 4. Let's rock it. What if we put this bottle here? H? H? Okay. And then we put the other bottle here. Okay, where else? Is there anywhere that I can mount this? Oh, I can plug the deer into the wall, I think. Maybe? H? E? Hold on! Not again! Hey! No! Hey! They can't keep getting away with this! They can't keep adding secret extra things onto the flowcharts when I get to the bottom! Pulling the rug out from under me every time! Okay. A suit of armor. Are you sure this is paint? Could be blood. Oh boy. Yeah, 9, you should have seen me when they did the part where you should have seen me when we did true ending, and I was like, okay, so this is the coffin. So it says that the true ending is an extended version of coffin, and then it extended for like 4 hours. Is this game's true ending like that, by the way, where I have to do like a hyper-specific playthrough or whatever? Short spear. Slingshot. Stab the Roomba! No? Oh wait, computer. Not again! Another lion eating the sun! Wait, this one's got 2 heads, so that's like 5. That's like 5 lions at this point, right? If we count these as 2? Wait. Yeah, we can click this thing in here. There's a small key. We can use this for the facial recognition. Okay. Now what face does it need to recognize? Are we gonna have to... don't make me tap the sign. Gender is a scam to sell more bathrooms. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, what's worth a shot? A picture? Are you for real? Didn't think that would happen. What? Ah! Chat! That's Akane! What is she doing here? What is she doing here? There's no way, right? There's just no way. What? She's not my granddaughter. Her name is Akane Kurashiki. I've been looking for her for a long time. No, you got it wrong. But you carry the picture everywhere. I don't think I've ever seen you leave it somewhere. And when you don't think anybody's watching, you talk to it. I've seen you do it. Huh? Akane Kurashiki. Can't say I blame Tenmyoji for falling for her back when he was younger. She was a cute kid. So we sit in this chair. Target. So we don't have anything to fire from the slingshot. With mind bullets, I'll shoot it. That's called telekinesis, Sigma. Anyway, I figured that'd slip your mind like everything else. Here, I grabbed this off the floor earlier. Take it. Three, 2, 1, Henshin! What was that about? Why did we do that? There was something in it, right? There had to be something in it. There! Balloon on the floor. What? Why did we do that? There's a lever next to the chair. Okay, here we go. And I pull the lever. Help. Battery. Okay, tablet's on. Okay, so from the chair, it says help. H, E, L. You turn around and it says P. Help who? Help Akane? Again? Help. Take a look at the screen. That's the escape code? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna use the escape code on the safe, and then I have a feeling something will be in the safe that will help us. I literally just forgot the password. Sun, moon, star. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling there will be something in here that'll... There's nothing in here! There's just the star keys! There's no way! Wait, what's this? I didn't read the instructions to the puzzle. Whoopsies. I'm gonna back out and listen to the instructions. Move or rotate the triangles and squares to get the shape you need. Pressing the button to rotate or pressing the rotate or move button will allow you to switch between the two modes. You can rotate a piece by dragging it while in rotation mode. Dragging while in movement mode will move the piece in question. Once you've made the shape you want, press the check button. What shape do we make with these? Oh, wait. No, I see. I know what shape we make with these. A parallelogram. Okay, so we'll take these two right triangles, right? These two big right triangles, and make a square with them. Then I wonder how precise this one is. I hope it's not very. No. Okay. So the two right triangles are not the play. Listen, I aced geometry, but it wasn't because I was rotating shapes in my mind. So this is going to be a little bit of a pain. What do I do with this? Okay. Wait. Maybe instead we can build the square like this. Wait. Who says I have to use all of them non-overlapping? Like, nothing said I had... Nothing said I couldn't just overlap them and fit them inside each other. No? Okay, so for whatever reason, Tenmyoji knows Akane. And we just have to think about that. What's that about? Now I have to look at a picture of a parallelogram on the internet and think about it really hard. Okay. There we go. I figured out what I was thinking about. And that's that I have to create a square out of these shapes in the middle here. I have to create a square. Which is easier said than done. I will admit that. So the goal here, okay, so to make a square, I must first make two, count them, two right triangles. Wait. So I know this is the secret code for sure. Because otherwise, why would I be doing this? We can leave. I'm sure my super cool high school math teacher would think it awesome that I'm out here going, yeah, I'm using what you taught me in class. Oh, are you a scientist? Do you do accounting? Are you like... Oh, no, I'm just trying to build a parallelogram. Tenmyoji and Quark just wondering why I'm sitting here building a square. Mashing things together, trying to fit them through the circle hole. You don't understand, Quark! We gotta take the secret exit! Okay, so now around these, I shall build my empire. And by empire, I do mean square. You need to go over here, I think. Wait. So if we put that there, I do believe one of these triangles can rotate and fit right here. How precise is this, do you know? Like, how much of a pain is it gonna be to rotate all these the right way? Or is it just a, like, good enough sort of thing? Oh my gosh! I can't believe I spent my whole high school career being like top of my class and like working my butt off and getting all A's and whatever so that I could come here and build a parallelogram. Woo! Now this is what we took geometry class for. I think this would be so much easier if I were putting them together physically, right? Like, if they had collision, I feel like this would be easier for me. I need the tactile feedback when I'm building my shapes. Yeah, like, I know this is definitely not it. Wait. Not on this puzzle, they don't click into place. Tate. Put this here. And we bring this over. Whew! Oh yeah! Who's the man? That was amazing! How'd you do it? That puzzle was really hard. Well done, Sigma. That was pretty impressive. So what do we get? Look, there's something on the screen. ILLP? Oh no, it's IILP. ILP. Looks like it worked. So this one is star, star, and moon. Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Or sun, sun, and moon, rather. Sun, sun, moon. Alright. What's gonna blow our minds this time? What is this one? What is this Kamen Rider O's? Have a nice count the medals, 1, 2, and 3? Sun, moon, and star keys. Each different type, 3 different types of key cards generally found in the safes in each room and used to open the AB gate. Without them, you can't open the AB gate to play the AB game, which means you can't gain BP. In other words, getting one of these cards is the first step in your escape. The sun key is used during the first round, the moon key for the second, and the star key for the third. A slingshot, an elementary device that uses rubber to launch a small projectile. Frequently used by adolescent ne'er-do-wells. Can be used as a necklace, but is not recommended. The test site mystery. The site in question was for a simulated manned mission to Mars held in the Nevada desert. On New Year's Eve 2028, the audio logs from the simulation contain a woman's voice, assumed to be one of the test subjects, saying the following. 6 of us are dead. Counting myself, there are only 3 left. I guess you could say I killed them. No, that's not quite right. Not just them. Not just these 6. All of them. All 6 billion. Oh, Tayagi, you're doing CFA playtesting while listening to me just like build shapes like some kind of preschooler. Also, people are actually playing Jewel Knight Premium? Interesting. How's it going? Like, is it good? Most evidence seems to suggest that this was the beginning of the Radical 6 outbreak, and that the Nevada facility was the epicenter of the pandemic. Sorry, your typo got held by the automod. A general term used to refer... Wait, hold on. What is this one? Termite. A general term used to refer to insects in the epifamily of Termitoidae of the cockroach order Blattodea. That's right. Even though they're sometimes called white ants, termites aren't even in the same family as ants. They're in the cockroach family instead. Also, king crabs are in the hermit crab order, and the remora is in the Perciformes order. Why are we telling me this? Interesting. Have a nice O's. Words 03 says before he leaves. There are a few variations. Have a nice trouble. Have a nice tragedy. Have a nice trust. Conjunction. A term used in positional astronomy. Put simply, it means that 2 celestial bodies appear near one another in the sky. When used in the context of our solar system, it often refers to a position where a given celestial body is aligned with the sun. For example, when Mars is on the opposite side of the sun from Earth, it is considered to be in conjunction with the Earth. Mercury and Venus, which orbit closer to the sun than the Earth does, have two types of conjunction. When they are hidden from... Excuse me. When they are hidden from the other side of... When they're hidden on the other side of the sun, this is referred to as a superior conjunction. When they are lined up on the near side of the sun, it is called an inferior conjunction. I don't think Salome will be super popular. I just think it's fun to play. Fair enough. Tenmyoji's picture. This is a photograph of... There's a photograph that Tenmyoji was holding. The subject is a girl named Akane Kurashiki. Akane is one of the people who appeared in this game's sister title, 9 Hours, 9 Persons, 9 Doors! As a childhood friend of Junpei, the title's main character. In 999, she was 21 years old. This picture was taken 9 years before then, when she was 12. Look at the left side of the picture. If you look closely, it almost looks like there was a man grinning in the background. Do you see him? Don't worry if it seems a little strange. A spirit medium has told us that the person in this picture is a guardian spirit who's looking after her. He must have shown up here because he's heard that what sort of destiny she had in store and decided to see how she was doing. This is so funny. This is so funny because it's 100% full-on confirmation that there's no possible way Sigma is reading these files in universe. Like, these are definitely all gameplay and no story. It's so funny. Like, imagine if he turned around, like, imagine if he turned to Tenmyoji right now and was like, sister title? What? What is this? I kind of thought that maybe something would unlock on the computer after we solved that last puzzle, but it didn't. We just got the secret file right away. Okay, what's next? We're about to head through a one-way door. Oh, and then we just loop back out to the elevator. Okay. Because this is it. We have enough...
No!
No?
Damn it!
What's wrong?
I left something in the director's office.
We left the picture! We have to go back!
The picture! How could I forget it?
Oh yeah, we must have set it down after using the face recognition thing.
Yeah. I'm going back. You two go on ahead to the warehouse.
I want to come with you.
No,
Me too.
That's fine. Why don't you head back to the warehouse, Sigma? The others are probably already waiting.
Alright. See you two later then. You never split the party!
Bye,
What are you
Mr. Sigma.
doing? I watched them jog off towards the blue door. And then they were gone. I guess I should be getting back then. Well, if both of them go together, they should probably be fine. I stepped into a warehouse to find all the other teams already there. I stepped into the warehouse to... wait, we're stopped. Kay and Luna. Fi and Clover. And Dio. The moment Dio spotted me, he dashed over to the rightmost AB room and slid his card through the reader. What is your problem, dude? Okay, don't go in the room yet. We need to talk about this. We need to talk about how we can just keep pressing ally over and over again until everybody has 9 points and we can all leave. Because now we can, because the star round lets us use the star cards as many times as we want. We can just all hit ally forever and then get out of here. As he turned toward me, I swore I saw a flash of a smug grin.
There. Happy? This time I waited for you to get back before I opened it.
What's your issue, dude?
Be considerate.
But Tenmyoji and Quark aren't here.
Yeah, where are they?
I guess they forgot something back in the room we found. They ran back to grab it real quick.
And they'll be here in a few minutes. No big deal.
While we waited, we exchanged information about the rooms we'd investigated. Unfortunately, none of it seemed very useful. None of us had found anything, and we were no closer to unraveling any of the increasing number of mysteries we were faced with. We still don't know who planted those bombs. We can't go back and do that yet. With that discussion exhausted, we sat down to wait. Before long, 20 minutes had passed since Dio opened the door, and Tenmyoji and Quark were nowhere in sight.
Don't you think they're taking a little long?
Yes, I'm getting worried. What if something happened to them?
Then I shall accompany you.
Nah, I'll be fine by myself. It's not that far away.
Just don't look into the abyss too long, or you might become a monster.
What? I don't think that... Okay. I'm just going to go to the director's office. I'll be right back. No big deal. How did we go through that door? I thought the arrows meant they were one way, but I guess not. We're gonna find something terrible. I'm scared. Where'd they go? Huh? That's odd. There's nobody here. The picture's gone, though. Tenmyoji and Quark must have been here then. They probably went through the warehouse, out the blue door, to the elevator. Yeah, that's a much shorter route. Okay. What a huge waste of time. I might as well head back, I suppose. There was a light on where there hadn't been a light on before. What? Is this a teleporter? Is that what this is gonna be? Is some kind of teleporter? I don't know why that's the first thing my mind went to, but it sure looks like it could be one, doesn't it? The machine was in arm's reach now. I stretched my hand out toward it slowly. Slowly. Ah!
So, you finally made it.
No,
I
you're...
am Zero. I was the one who brought you here.
What?
You undoubtedly have as many questions for me as there are stars in the sky.
Yes!
You can see, however, this is only a recording. I will therefore be unable to directly answer any questions. Ask if you wish, but I cannot respond.
I considered taking a swing at him, but I decided that it was spectacularly futile and kept my balled fists at my side.
Now, where to begin? There are many things I wish to tell you.
Okay.
Our time is limited. As such, the information I can provide is also limited.
Okay, if this is a lengthy moment, then I need you guys to give me a minute. I need to get more water, and I need to get something out of the fridge, and then we can carry on. Because, oh my lord, I'm not ready. It's absolutely a good time to take a breather. I'm glad I made the right choice. Oh boy. So after that, I'm back now. Here we go. We're about to unravel all of the secrets. And by all of them, I mean like maybe 3 of the 15 secrets.
I have chosen 2 things of great importance to tell you.
First of all, like,
First,
do we know this
I will
person?
tell you about termites.
Termites?
In
Okay.
retrospect, I suppose that's a rather odd thing to say. I imagine you look rather bewildered right now.
Yeah.
Perfectly understandable. The person who kidnapped you and threatened you with death is lecturing you about insects. I suspect it hardly seems fair. Nonetheless, this is very important. In a way, it will determine your fate. So I ask that you listen carefully.
Come again?
Have you ever seen a termite mound? They are splendid structures. Some might even call them works of art. Termites are natural architects, and their mounds are both structurally sound and make excellent use of space. So,
This is true.
are they following some sort of plan as they build? Are there termite blueprints detailing which room...
Is this about the field again? Is this about the stupid field again?
No.
Okay.
Each termite is simply an oblivious cog in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of termite DNA. It is doubtful an individual termite has any idea what its contributions are helping to create. But a human does. We can appreciate the elegant forms of their alien cathedrals. We can see the simple beauty of their perfect functionality. We can understand the splendid planning of their structure. In other words, only an intelligence of a higher order can understand the beauty of what the termite builds. Now, consider humans. Why are we alive? Why do we love and give birth? Why do we create? From where do our cultures spring? There are many theories, but no one knows the truth. We are oblivious cogs in a tremendous machine programmed by millions of years of human DNA. Now you see now what this analogy is supposed to illustrate. Yes.
That we're being observed by fourth dimensional beings?
From termites. We trudge through our lives with no greater understanding of our ultimate goal. You might say we don't understand what we're building. Only an intelligence of a higher order than ours can understand what we're doing. Imagine how we might look to such an intelligence. We may be building some structure so perfect and elegant, we can't even perceive it. Whatever it is, we've likely been building it on a dimension just above the ones we know since time immemorial. If we are like the termites, then what we've created is almost certainly something of tremendous beauty.
Okay.
And you are about to catch a glimpse of it. Or have you already? Well, that's enough on that subject, I think. Consider what I've said. Now, let's move on to the second topic. It is somewhat more immediately meaningful to your life, and, in fact, the lives of several billion other people. I realize this is rather sudden, but I have a password for you. It is the password to disarm the bomb, numbered 1.
Bomb?
Ready? I will only say this once, so pay close attention. The password to disarm the number 1 bomb is BQZ RGJ DXR.
I had no idea what he was talking about. We never found any bombs in this timeline. That's crazy. If he'd guessed my future confusion, he showed no sign of
That is
it.
the last of the information this message was meant to convey. Before I go, however, I have a warning. You cannot tell any of your companions what you heard or saw here. If you do, you will be penalized immediately. I hope we will meet again someday.
What the
We would have
What?
much to discuss.
What? Sorry, that was nothing. What? No, that was nothing. We learned a bomb password, and then he was like, so you see, humanity is beautiful, because you can't appreciate it from the inside, because you're like the termites who can't appreciate their beauty from the inside. But like, what? Termites? Other dimensions? What does that have anything to do with this?
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
like there's any point in staying here.
Grandpa! Look! Mr. Sigma's back!
Took you long enough.
Oh my gosh. Where are the others?
In the AB rooms.
They went in already? Why didn't you two? Have you been waiting for me?
Yeah! Grandpa said there was something he had to tell you before we voted, no matter what.
Nothing that significant. Just wanted to tell you we're going to choose Ally this round. That's it.
And you have to tell me that no matter what? Seems kind of pointless. I mean, words are cheap. You can promise whatever you want.
True, but we've got something to back it up. Just hear me out.
Okay, go ahead.
Quark and I both have 8 BP. We're already on the home stretch. So what do we need to get to the magic number? Well, we need you to choose Ally. If you do that, it doesn't really matter to us what we pick.
You get to 9 whether you get 2 points or 3 points.
Exactly. That being the case, we don't have any reason to betray you. And if we both choose Ally, we both gain points.
But that's why we're telling you we won't choose Betray.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
That means you and Quark will have enough to leave, which is great for you. But I'd be stuck with a measly 5. Well, again, how do I know you aren't just going to open the number 9 door and leave us in the lurch?
I can guarantee it. I can give you my word. I will not open the number 9 door, even if I have enough points to do so. I swear it. We aren't going to abandon everybody else just so we can escape.
I swear too. I promise.
When I make a promise, I keep it. Trust me.
Please! You've got to trust us!
Alright, fine.
2 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
We're counting on you, Sigma.
Here we go.
You gotta choose Ally! You promised!
Absolutely, will do. There's no way I won't. With that, they turned and ran into the AB room. There's no way, in this situation, I can't do anything bad to Quark and Tenmyoji. We're picking Ally, baby. Fastest ally of my life, folks. Literally hovering my cursor over where that button's gonna be.
1 minute remains.
Just hovering my cursor right above it.
Closes.
Actually, I can just smash the spacebar even. So, yeah. Hovering my finger over the button. I had a decision to make. Should I trust Quark and Tenmyoji? Well, I could believe they were telling the truth and still betray them. That would bring my BP to 6. I'd be that much closer to 9. Like, what's the point, dog? And choosing betray would guarantee that they wouldn't try to escape without the rest of us. This is just crab in a bucket. Like, we're not doing this. We are not falling into the crab in a bucket mentality.
Please! You've got to trust us. You've got to choose Ally. You promised.
Tenmyoji I could portray easily enough, but Quark? What was I gonna do? Click ally, like I'm gonna smash that ally button, baby.
Until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Easy. 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 Easy.
Round 3 of the Ambidex game has been completed. Results will be displayed in the warehouse. Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening. Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Bra moment! Are you for real?
Or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see.
What is you guys' problems? We can literally just spend like 10 minutes and get everybody out. Easy. We're already there. Hey! What is this? Everybody betray me!
I made the vote.
Grandpa.
Alright, fine. Why do you break your promise, Tenmyoji?
I only promised you one thing. We wouldn't open the number 9 door, even if we got 9 points.
So you're not gonna leave?
Not what I said. Of course we're going to leave.
Bra moment!
See Clover over there?
Don't tell me! Bra moment! What are you guys doing? What are you doing?
Jeez. That bitch.
There's just no way!
Wait. Quark and Tenmyoji have...
The words were barely out of her mouth when Tenmyoji and Quark ran past. Bruh!
God damn it!
What is these people's problems?
Clover, are you really going to leave?
Well, yeah. Why else would I open the door?
But why?
I'm going to go call the others, so we can capture Zero Senior.
Tenmyoji, are you and Quark going too?
Yeah. Sorry about that.
Sorry, everybody.
What is going on?
So Sigma, happy? I kept my promise. Clover opened the door, not me.
Like heck am I happy? That's some shady stuff, Tenmyoji!
Say so. I have to get out of here, and that's that. He's got to pay for what he's done.
He?
Zero.
You mean you know who Zero Senior is?
Yeah. No point keeping it a secret now, I suppose. I know exactly who Zero Senior is.
What?
This is how we get the information of who planted the bombs.
It will
Oh my
remain
gosh.
open for 9 seconds.
Let's go. Come on, guys. Time to move.
Right.
Oh, wait! This is for you, Mr. Sigma.
Quark held something out. I looked down to see 2 pieces of paper folded together.
It's a letter. I wrote it in the director's office before the AB game. I wanted to tell you what kind of guy Grandpa is. So, read it, okay?
Okay. Come back for us, all right?
See you later, Mr. Sigma.
He said see us later. He wants to see us again. I'll tell you what. These last couple of times where people opened the door didn't hurt too bad. 'Cause I believe in them instead.
See you.
Goodbye.
The number,
The number
9
door
has closed.
closed.
This ends the nonary game.
There's more to
Thank
this
you
game.
For your
This
participation.
route is not done.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Shit! They're gone.
All we can do now is hope they bring help back.
Indeed.
I agree.
I looked down at Quark's letter and slowly unfolded it. His handwriting was slightly uneven, but he filled both pages with writing. I began to read. It was a really stormy day when he found me. He said the rain was coming down so hard it almost hurt, but somehow he managed to hear a baby crying. I guess I must have been crying pretty loud. He took me home and did his best to raise me. But he'd never been married or had a kid before, so I think it was really hard for him. Is Quark Goku? Is Quark Goku? He couldn't figure out how to mix the formula, so he was always carrying the directions around with him. Also, I guess I was a pretty picky eater, so if he didn't get the water to formula ratio just right, I wouldn't eat it. I guess it was kind of a pain, huh? But he didn't give up, and now, here I am. When he found me, I was really, really small, and he was worried that I might not make it. That's why he named me Quark. A quark is a really, really small thing, and I was really, really small too. Grandpa didn't need to worry though, because it turned out that I was pretty tough. When I was 1, he forgot I was sleeping in the bed of his truck and drove off. I rolled out and went off the back, but I didn't even get scratched. What? I started walking when I was 2, and he wasn't even looking. I fell down the stairs. I didn't get hurt then either. Has Quark, never bled or something? When I was 3, I got really sick. I had a super high fever for a week, but eventually I got better. Wait, no, Quark is like the kid from Netflix Ultraman, where, he's just Quark is like the kid from Netflix Ultraman, where like in the first episode, he falls off a balcony at the age of like 9 and he's unscathed. Anyway, I didn't really have any more accidents after that, and I was a pretty healthy kid. By the time I was 6, I'd started helping Grandpa out with his work. His job was to gather junk from abandoned buildings. Then he'd fix it up or pull out the useful parts and sell them. There were plenty of abandoned buildings, but finding good stuff in them was hard. You had to know which parts were useful, or you could end up wasting a bunch of time. Every time I'd find something, he'd explain to me what it was, how it was supposed to work, and how to fix it. All sorts of things. This is really sweet. Usually, though, I just wanted to finish up work so I could go to the theater. The theater came to our town once a week in a wagon. They'd show old news or movies. I went every single week, but Grandpa only went once in a while, and he'd only go weeks where they showed movies. Oh yeah, I didn't know that I'd been adopted until I was 7. One of the other kids on my block told me. I guess after Grandpa found me, he looked all over town to try and find somebody who'd take me. The kid from my block actually had a mom, and he'd ask her if she would take me too. I gotta admit, I was pretty shocked when I heard that. There weren't a lot of kids with parents around, so hearing that someone lived with his actual mom was pretty impressive. I was also kind of surprised that Grandpa had tried to get someone else to take me. Did that mean he didn't want me? The kid who told me about Grandpa trying to get rid of me was a real jerk. He was totally spoiled, and he bragged to everybody about how he had a mom. He liked to come up to me while I was working and say stuff like, "Must be hard not having a mother." It never bothered me before, but after I found out that Grandpa had adopted me, I started to think that maybe he really didn't want me. If I could work on my own, then he could get rid of me. I was scared to know the truth, so I never asked him. Then one day, he took me to a bar in our neighborhood. At 7? During the day, of course. Oh, okay. He went there sometimes to drink scotch, but I'd never gone before. When we got in, he just walked to the counter with that grumpy look he has and I thought, oh, he's gonna make me work here. But I was wrong. I saw him pass something to the bartender, and he picked me up and sat me down on a stool next to the counter. The stool was pretty high, especially for a 7-year-old kid, and my legs just dangled off of it. It seemed really, really high to me, and I was pretty nervous. Eventually, the bartender came back over with a glass of scotch and another big glass full of something else. Is that a root beer float? As I looked closer, I realized that the second glass was full of some sort of brown liquid with a scoop of ice cream in it. It took me a minute to realize what it was. A root beer float. I'd never seen one before. I was so surprised. Root beer was even more expensive than the nicest alcohol in the bar. To me and the other kids, it seemed more like an urban legend than a real drink. But there it was, right in front of me. I stared at the float. I wasn't sure it was real at that point. And then I turned to look at Grandpa. He looked back at me. I didn't know what to do, so I turned to the bartender. He'd already turned around and moved off, though, so I figured he must have put the glass down in front of me on purpose. It still didn't seem like it could be real, and I was just staring at it when Grandpa told me to hurry up and drink it before the ice cream melted. His gruff voice sounded like an angel's. Is this really mine? He nodded. Words can't describe how awesome it was. I'd never tasted anything like root beer before. The creamy sweetness of the ice cream made my entire head feel light. I felt like the luckiest boy in the whole world. That's not an exaggeration. I really thought that. The root beer float was delicious, but what made me even happier was Grandpa. When I looked over at him, he was smiling. I know that's got to be hard for you to imagine, but he really was. Right then, I didn't care whether he just found me and adopted me or not. He'd bought me a root beer float. That made me way luckier than some kid who had a mother but had never tasted root beer. Of course, after we left the bar, he was the first kid I bragged to. So Grandpa and I were doing pretty good. Until the fight. I was in a super bad mood that day. I'd torn on my shoes that morning, and some old drunk guy had yelled at me. All the junk I'd found was totally useless. The day was almost over, and I was so fed up, so I just grabbed some random trash and took it back to the house. When I showed what I'd found to Grandpa, he frowned. He started going through each thing I'd brought back, explaining why they were all useless. I got really mad and just yelled, "I don't care." And then he got mad, and I couldn't take it anymore, so I ran away. I was pretty upset, and I started thinking that maybe Grandpa had only adopted me so he could raise me to work and make money for him. After a while, I went and hid in an abandoned building. But by then, I'd started to calm down and think that maybe I should go back and apologize. It started raining pretty hard though, so I decided I should wait for it to stop. But that was just an excuse. The truth was that I was nervous. Part of me knew I'd done something wrong, but I didn't want to admit it. The rain didn't stop, so I just sat there staring out at the gloomy gray sky. I imagined Grandpa coming to get me. It kept raining all night, and he never showed up. I gave up waiting and decided it was time to go home. I was about halfway there when I heard somebody groaning. Oh, he'd fallen? At first I thought I should just ignore it and not get involved. But I went over anyway. And it was Grandpa. He was totally soaked, and I could tell right away that he'd been there for a really long time. I yelled and he opened his eyes a little bit. He smiled weakly and said he was glad I was safe. He'd spent all night out in the rain looking for me. I felt awful. Grandpa had been out in the rain looking for me for so long that he'd collapsed. I was horrible. He'd heard me crying in the rain, but I hadn't heard him. As I ran to get the doctor, I promised whatever God might be listening right now that if they could only save Grandpa, I'd never ask for another root beer float ever again. He got a real bad fever, and his temperature wouldn't go down for days. The doctor said that if it kept up, he'd die. If he died, then I'd be all alone. There wouldn't be anybody left to care about me. The thought of that happening terrified me. Fortunately, I must have passed some of my luck on to Grandpa, because a week later his fever finally broke. I was glad he wasn't going to die, but I was also a little scared. What if he had decided he didn't want a stupid kid like me around anymore? He fit all this on 2 pages, by the way. My plan was to apologize as soon as he woke up, but when the moment came, my brain just stopped. Grandpa started to talk, and it took me a minute to realize he was apologizing. I didn't know what to think. He explained that he was an old man, and that meant he was probably going to die sooner rather than later. And he was strict with me because he wanted to make sure I'd be able to make it on my own after he was gone. But maybe he'd been a little too strict. All the things I'd worried about had been stupid and selfish. Grandpa cared about me a whole lot. He'd been worried when I ran off, and he'd gone out in the rain to look for me. I tried apologizing, but when I opened my mouth, I just started crying. I don't think I've cried that much since I was a baby. But he just smiled and patted my head. I asked him if he'd ever regretted adopting me. His eyes got all wide and he said, "Of course not." He told me that he was looking for a really important lady, and because of that, he'd given up on pretty much everything else in his life. But when he took me in and started raising me, he felt like he'd gotten back some of what he'd lost. Akane? He was looking for Akane? That was when I decided to stay with him forever. Even if he said I couldn't. Oh, the main theme! What? Oh my god. Give me a second. Oh. Yeah. This is the first time. This is the first time the credits have rolled. Oh my gosh, I'm tearing up again, chat. And you know what? Game's earned it. Quark. Sweetie. That poor kid. Oh. Oh my gosh. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 endings? And one of the ones we got was 10 Myoji ending. Oh, chat. This is the first real ending we've gotten. We finally did one. It took us all this time to get an ending. Nine, I thought you said we were about 50% of the way done. What the heck? So what else do we need? Who planted the bomb? And 5 minutes of life. Okay. So do I want to see what happens if we pick the other option here? Do I just leave that like blank forever? What the heck, man? Yeah, Clover had over 9 BP. So I guess we'll see what happens.
One minute remains.
I think this is the last thing we're gonna do this stream.
Closes.
I think this is the last thing we do. Is this just another bad ending with Clover, or what?
Of the Amberdex game will now be displayed.
Okay,
Please
let's see.
direct your attention to the results screen.
I do think it doesn't make sense if what changes here is that they pick Ally. Okay, they didn't do that. Cool.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
Quark had
Hey.
nothing to do with it.
What's the
I
deal?
heard the vote.
So why'd you choose Betray?
Couldn't I ask you the same thing? I don't really think this is the time for a fight, though. Look, Clover's over by the door.
What? Oh no.
The number 9 door.
Fuck, she opened it.
Ugh! Why? Clover, wait!
She's really just going, huh? Clover! What do you think you're doing?
I'm going to call the others. I'll
What?
get justice for Alice.
Justice. Wait, do you mean...
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Time for me to go. No! Please, Clover, wait!
Like hell, I'm just gonna let you walk out of here.
Dio leapt at Clover, his fist raised. Clover easily avoided him and moved toward the door.
Goodbye.
He caught a last glimpse of her face as she slid through the door. It was a mask of ice.
The number 9 door has closed. This ends the nonary game. Thank you for your participation. As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Well, that's pretty simple. Anyway, Different Fight just went live, so I think we're gonna raid him. I wonder what he's doing today. It's Thursday, so it should be one of his like just chatting streams, right? That sounds right. Yeah, it looks like he's just chatting. Yeah, because I wanted to go watch Different Fight anyway, so we'll go raid him. You're welcome.